Hello, welcome to Knowledge Pub. So today we will discuss what's the purpose of life. And the obvious question would come in your mind that who the hell are you to teach me the purpose of life, right? And that's also exactly true. Who the hell am I? So, but you know, I'm not forcing you, but everyone has their own experiences. They have their own interpretations. So let me share mine. If you are interested, you can proceed to listen up. But if you're not, you can go ahead with your work. So let me tell what I would be dealing with. I would like to, understand what I have understood in life. Exactly. So to cover this topic, I would, mostly cover subtopics like spirituality, and I will connect maths with it. Spirituality, connect maths, and the 0 point when you're born. When you're born. Okay, so these are the aspects I would, interconnect, or I would um, with these sub connection. I would try to make a connection with the purpose of life, to emancipate what's the purpose of life. So let's proceed step by step. Let's first of all let us take example of, for example, you're born, and you're born, suppose this is a, you are, and you're born with a completeness or an incompleteness. For example, you're zero, or let's say you're very talented and you're very self loving. So you are, for example, you are 0.2. Okay. So when you're born, you're born with this incompleteness, and you want your incompleteness to be fulfilled by your parents, your surroundings, your brothers. You want to become 0.1 to 0.2 to 1. You want to become 1. 1 is a state of completeness where you need nothing. You are very satisfied. 1 is the symbol of satisfaction. Okay. That's why I stated that I would connect with spirituality. So actually, in fact, spirituality is connected with 0, but still, for the sake of argument, I'm considering it as 1, to complete it. So now you're at the beginning of your life, you are incomplete, you are less than 1. For example, uh, you're 0.5. So you would like to fulfill it with friends or your parents. Okay. For example, let's say you're getting married. So let's start your 0 point with your marriage. Now you are A and you're getting married with B. You're 0.6 and your partner is 0.8. Let's say you have chosen a very perfect partner, almost perfect partner, still 0.2 less. Okay. So now you would try to extract your remaining 0.4 from your partner. You want to become 1 from your partner. But if the other person gives you 0.4, then the 0.8 will become 0.4. If you become 1, still your partner is getting a loss. So this is also not a good business. This is also not a good business. So what's that business where you can add your value also, and you can add the value of other partner? What's that business when you can become 1 and the other partner can also become 1? We will deal it in a little bit. We will deal it in steps ahead. But let's discuss a little bit of more mathematics. Now you're A and B. Now you would, for example, you have felt incompleteness after getting married. Your marriage hasn't given any satisfaction. No satisfaction has given the way you expected to get satisfied. you know Sex is not the ultimate satisfaction. Okay. So you always feel incomplete. So now you have kids. Now your kids have your kids are CND. They are also born with a sense of incompleteness. And why I'm consistently repeating that they are born or incomplete, because obviously they are thirsty of love, they are thirsty of attention. They are kids. They want a validation from your parents and from the people around, brothers, family. So this is the mathematics. And this is zero point 0.6, this is 0.8. Now this is 0 and this is 0. And now your intention will become to take your remaining zero point 0.4, remaining zero point 0.2 from your kids. So these kids will also become, in the beginning only they will become minus. They will become minus 0.8, minus 0.2, something like that. So this is the whole cycle. Now this is the whole cycle of life. And at one or the other point you have to break. At one or the other point you have to break the cycle. You need to break the cycle to become one, to have satisfaction in life. But how that one would come? How that one would come? So there's nothing else, except the spirituality. You cannot give something which you don't have. If you are zero point 0.6, no one can add 0.4 to you. It can be given, but the other person should not be at loss. The other person must be, if the other person gives you 0.4, then he must remain at position, at a numerical number 1 of satisfaction. That can be possible, but that's not a good business where they have given 0.4 and they have become 0.2 from 0.4 to 0.8. So this is the mathematics. So how overflowing is possible? How, for example, this is you. So how, if yours overflowing is possible, when you can give 0.4 to this person, 0.2 to this person, 0.5 to this person, and still remaining 1? That can be possible when you're consistently churning up your energy, or churning up something love within yourself. That's only possible with when you follow a certain practice of meditation, something like that. You need to be drained. You cannot be drained now. You cannot be drained. So that's the whole point of life. Means if you can give, but if you cannot give, stay away. If you're not overflowing, if you're wanting, if you're in a state of wanting energies, if you're wanting love, then stay away and generate self-love. And that is possible through meditations. And what is a meditation? Meditations are, you can practice various religion, Buddhism, Hinduism, any practice, any sort you feel satisfied with, Christianity, Islam, any sort of religion, follow it. But at least generate a sort of religiousness in your life. Religiousness is a good thing. Even if you're atheist, if that atheistness has been come out of any kind of any religiosity, then a religious sense, then also that atheistness is also good. But it should be total. There should be honesty. There should be honesty in everything. In fact, honesty is only religiousness. So that's the whole purpose of life, according to me. Because you becoming a doctor or engineer is not a purpose of life. To become one isn't purpose of life. Because even if you're a doctor, engineer, you have to somewhere at any day you have to die. One day you have to die. The purpose is not to become engineer. You should become engineer, doctor. Why? Because you have to survive. And why you have to survive? You have to survive because you have to become one. You cannot take the risk of dying with zero point 0.3 grades, zero point 0.4 grades. So these are the spiritual grades I'm talking about. So thank you. That's all I wanted to share with you. Thank you so much.